targets up as Ragnaros landing a 4-man Sulfurous Smash, Durance of Hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that ETC.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Dubrak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just blowing up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5
And it
for
does
nothing.
not fall up. What a play! Oh my God! Somebody please clip that.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Go ahead and run a replay cast tonight. This is a Division A East matchup between Beast Coast and Nsomnia. It happened a couple weeks ago, so it is going to be on the old patch. So no drafts because it's a replay, but also that means the overlays will be a little bit weird. And I'm going to try to make sure that we have that set up correctly so that it doesn't look too obnoxious. But everything's all set up and ready to go, so we can go ahead and get things started. Assuming, of course, that this isn't a replay, you know, for one of those, let's see. Oop, crap. We'll have to give this a second. It had to download something, and then it didn't look like it was downloading, so it seems to have, I don't know what it's doing, actually. Maybe this is a difference in how they're doing replays when they're on old servers. It looked like it just forced a download, which is not normal. But we'll see here in a second. There we go. All right, the game's loading. That's good. That's a good sign. Alright, so I guess since I don't have the draft, I'm just going to go ahead and put you guys onto the screen so that you can see what we've got playing here. In a moment, it'll load. One sec. There you go. So we have Beast Coast on the left, Nsomnia on the right. When we get to the end, I'll show you the brackets for playoffs, and oh, that's why I usually don't.
I would prepare for your cease.
Oh, hold on one second. I gotta fix a couple of options. Fix that. This. Oh, as it gets real loud. So that should be all set. Go ahead and get everybody introduced. Alrighty, on the left here, we've got Beast Coast. It's going to be Richard Gere playing Cassia. We got Mega Muffin on Sylvanas Legacy playing ETC. We got Secret 333 playing the Lost Vikings and Bernie Burn on Stukov. Over here to the right, though, we've got Nsomnia. Jamster going to be playing the Abathur. Diablo going to be played by Logicalia. Psycho on the Tyrande. Speedy Mountain on the Lunara, and French gonna be playing the Sonya. Alright, so Vikings splitting up between top and mid gives the potential here for the rest of Beast Coast come down into the bot lane and start their 4-man push. Abathur, can't see when these heroes were picked. I imagine Abathur was picked fairly earlier. ETC going deep in, and Diablo saying that's cool. Let me get this kill. First blood, nice and early. And a double lunar flare there from Psycho, hitting on to Sylvanas. And Stukov, I think, or maybe it was Richard Gere. But not quite able to get the kill out of that. We'll have to keep an eye on... I don't think I can check... that's not what I wanted. I don't think I can check stats, other than popping up the window. The overlay for that just doesn't work here. Hi, Lily. Good evening. Glad you could be here tonight, as both teams here are going to go ahead and work on their siege camps a little bit faster for Beast Coast. But with the Abathur here, French able to push up against a couple of Vikings pretty well, sending Olaf instead down to the bot lane and rotating the rest of the team up into the top. Rotating the team into the top gives the opportunity with this bruiser camp then to push down this wall. And if they can push down the wall, they get the keep, or the fort rather, out of that temple. Having Sylvanas, that should make that a lot easier as well. So Luna's going to have a little bit of a difficult time on this. Tyranda's coming up. Diablo and Lunara are on their way as Abathur instead heading down into the bot lane. Lunara's going to be a little late to this party, but Diablo just getting here. And there's a silence. ETC with a big stun there, getting the Nsomnia pushed away from the team. That's going to be the first kill now for Beast Coast as they are bringing down this bottom tower very quickly. And with the Bruiser Camp giving them the 20 spell armor, helping to defend against Speedymon there on the Lunara. Still able to do a lot of damage, but able to reduce that down by 20%. Not quite the full wall that they were hoping to get, but quite a bit. ETC's going to get the power slide onto the Diablo there, the knockback from Face Melt. Great silence out of Bernie Burn there as well, to make sure that Diablo couldn't just immediately shadow charge away. But ultimately able to survive, get a little bit of damage there thanks to the towers as well. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we've got Olaf and... what's his name? Balog. Balog having that good wave clear. But Nsomnia coming in, trying to get a kill. Isn't quite going to get there. Top temple started by Beast Coast. And looks like now Nsomnia heading to the mid. So half of the top already complete. With Sylvanas, they may actually just look to knock this over and not even worry about what's going on in the mid. But in the bot lane here, already one tower down. Olaf just not enough to keep the pressure back from Nsomnia and Abathur. And now Nsomnia coming up into the mid, trying to continue basically double soaking here for the team. And the top does go down as Beast Coast making their way onto the mid temple here, looking possibly for this Diablo as the Lunar Flare hits onto 2. Diablo Shadow Charging Legacy out of there. The silence getting some value onto Diablo, but not enough by itself. Legacy coming in with the face melt, however. Now Speedymon trying to get away. Balog throwing that splash knife there. But it's not enough. It's just single target, but they do get enough onto the Nsomnia. And Balog getting that kill. Getting that long-ranged knife throw to get the kill onto Nsomnia. And the last few shots going over there to Beast Coast. And as we see now, the Mule picked up here in the mid lane from Abathur. Kind of keeping up as much of the healing as possible onto these structures. Of course, your health bar on Sky Temple, pretty much your structures, as the temple's focus structures until the core. So Abathur, pretty much the only way that you can rejuvenate a structure. Ragnaros can take some shots if I remember correctly, and that's about it. Those are the only two ways that you can really absorb shots or do anything about it. Power slide in onto the Lunara, but Diablo coming in with a shadow charge. Lunara just kind of hops out. Megamuffin falling really low, as does Richard Gere getting flipped by Logicalia. The Lunar Flare once again on point as the burst of light here. Balog going down up above, but Sylvanas gets the finishing blow there onto Lunara. Going in deep for that kill. Meanwhile, up in the top, we do have a Bruiser camp on its way in the mid here. Yeah, it was. Bruiser camp going up with the Abathur for some pressure. Valkyrie coming out with the silence. ETC with the power slide and is going to go ahead and mosh onto the Diablo. A lot of damage going out there, but the Wailing Arrow going to stop Tyrande from any additional healing there, and that's going to give the kill over to Beast Coast as they push in on this bottom fort now with the Sylvanas. They don't need the Black Arrows. And the next temple coming up, Bot Temple, in just under 20 seconds here. Olaf dying up in the top. Nsomnia rather, here with the Bruiser camp. Should be able to push in on this pretty well. Balog's not going to be able to do a whole lot. And, well, okay. Now we've got 3 Vikings and Sonya pulling back now. Had the Abathur hat, so was able to get a little bit of value there. Also the self-healing that she provides herself. As Lunara moving in, seeing if she can't finish off the mid with that Splintered Spear, getting a lot of damage onto those minions, helping to clear those out quickly. That's going to now give Nsomnia here the opportunity to push in onto the bottom temple. They've already taken some shots, but Stukov pushing Tyrande well off the map, but not taking advantage of that pushback. So Abathur does have the clone. There's Valkyrie coming in onto Lunara, and Sylvanas putting damage right in on her, but the leap coming in, APOC coming in as well. Big stun there as the knockback coming back from ETC to push everybody back. Jamster going to town on that clone, but it's just a clone, so they're able to clear that up very quickly. So far, just the 1 kill onto Sylvanas with those combos. Still the massive shove back up and available. Wailing Arrow as well, of course, but Sylvanas can't very well do that while she's waiting in the penalty box. And Olaf can't kill an Abathur, right? Like, this isn't where... Jamster doesn't die here, right? Okay. Oh, but ETC does. That's unfortunate. Well, we caught the important thing, which was Olaf versus Abathur. Oh man, sometimes the Diablo just wants to press buttons. That's true. That is true. All right, well, we got the Vikings head up into the top here to push against the Abathur, but never mind, they're coming back down. Man, every time I say something's happening, they're like, nah, never mind. Screw that guy. We don't want to do what that guy's saying, even though that's what we're doing. Siege camp going to be picked up here by Nsomnia. They did get the aggressive siege camp here earlier, around the time that ETC kill happened. And overall, structure slightly in favor of Beast Coast here, but not by too much. That middle fort is very low. And of course, Abathur, right? I mean, he can bring that mid fort all the way back to full health. Potentially can clean up in the top lane if they do get any more damage there. The Beast Coast heading down into the bot lane to clear up this siege camp. Don't want to have that pressure going. Our next 2 temples, mid lane and bot lane. So almost certainly if Nsomnia takes this, never mind, they're going to take it now. Diablo getting some souls. Let's check in on those stats real quick. Oh, we can't check stats on souls. All right, well, never mind. Well, we can take a look at the quest talents. 14 so far for Tyrande here. 1 on the Shadow Charge for Diablo. We saw that. And that's it for quest talents. So there you go. All kinds of pings going out onto Legacy, identifying the DTC there in that bush there. Level 14 on both sides. So we have 13 talents. And of course, because of the overlay, you'll just have to look up top. But one I do want to specifically point out is the Abolish Magic. That'll help with Valkyrie, if somebody gets caught by a Valkyrie. And speaking of Valkyrie, there's the pull onto Diablo. A lot coming out from the Lunara as Diablo charging in on Burn. The Wailing Arrow coming out Mosh Pit, however, onto 2, but it doesn't matter with Stukov and Cassia both going down there. That Mosh Pit doesn't quite get the value they were hoping for, and now it looks like ETC the next to fall. So triple kill out of Nsomnia, as they're now going to head down to the boss. They're going to put a pause on that mid temple there and get this going. Boss in the bot lane plus the temple certainly gets the wall. May very well get more. But Secret saying, I'm going to take as much of this away from you as possible. And this is a great play. I mean, they've got the Vikings. Why not use their bodies to get as much value out of these temples as you can? Sylvanas doing the same thing here in the middle. And now that the boss is taken, Olaf is, you know, all but toast. Unless they're, yeah, they're pulling him back. So no kill onto Olaf there. Oh, but they do get the kill onto Sylvanas. Stayed just a little bit too long and flew a little too close to the sun there. Both temples coming out now in favor of Nsomnia. The boss sitting at about a cool 90% health. And there goes the full wall. The rest of the temple complete in the bot lane here, so bottom keep should be safe. And it looks like the last few shots going out, it'll hit that wall and a little bit onto the tower.
You have stolen enough of my temple's power. Return.
All right, so advantage now slightly in favor of Nsomnia here. So Jamster keeping things healed up. They did lose that mid fort in the middle there, so overall the number of buildings is about equal. Just a little bit more damage on Beast Coast's side with the walls down in mid and bot. But here we go, looking for this advantage right now. We've got all of the Vikings here as well. So 16 versus 17. Same talent, just one level difference. And here comes the Nsomnia clone in the back as Lunar Flare hitting onto ETC. ETC on the point by himself, so Apocalypse coming out, gets the stun, taking out Stukov, and the Beast Coast team here widely dispersed on the map here. Here comes that Valkyrie, is going to land onto Diablo, not probably the target they wanted to pull into their line, as Nsomnia chasing after Cassie here is going to get the stun. ETC getting caught and flipped by Diablo. We can only watch one of these, so there goes Cassie up above, ETC falling down below, and just the Sylvanas left, and just barely at that, 20% or so health, as the team pinging for maybe getting this Bruiser Camp. Presumably Nsomnia pinging that. And then with the Bruiser Camp, they could quite certainly come through top lane with that 20 spell armor, maybe get themselves the keep. Temple's coming up in 20 seconds here, and that'll be mid and top. So getting the top wall at the very least gives them a ton of value and opens up every lane now for a path to a core. Everybody back up for Beast Coast as Abathur down there in the bot, pushing out a little bit with that Siege Giant, has the Vikings down there as well. That's going to give Nsomnia the call to pull back as Beast Coast saves their keeps it about 95%. And then heads off toward the middle temple. Now, keep in mind, of course, that the vision is in favor of Nsomnia. And Mega Muffin using that Haunting Wave to make sure whether or not anybody was over there. Top keep just about to go down here in one or two more shots from the temple. There it goes. And this is the time. We got half a level until Nsomnia gets level 20. Beast Coast is looking for that aggressive move here, and Sonya coming in with the Nsomnia clone rather coming in now. There's the leap coming out, Apocalypse as well. Stukov once again getting absolutely destroyed by this stun combo between Sonya, Diablo, and Beast Coast having to fall back. Jamster not done though on the Sonya clone, looking to get Legacy, and the Leaping Strike will get the secured kill. And just as an extra prize, Sonya getting that kill on the Baylog as well here. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, the Siege Camp pushed all the way up to the bottom keep here. Got it down to about half health. And mid keep sitting just a little bit away from death. About to fall here as Nsomnia coming in, and there's still 30 seconds until half of the team is back. So I'm kind of a little bit surprised that they're clearing out all of the keeps instead of just looking to go win, but you know, take the safe play. This is by far the safe play. I mean, clearing out all the keeps means that they've got a nice, comfortable set of options. Temples can win the game. Boss can win the game. Any team fight that they can take and win. They kill another Stukov and push hard, they can win. So a lot of potential ways that Insomnia can push to win this game. And they didn't have the clone, so that makes sense. Just play it a little bit cautiously. But the Siege Camp and the Bruiser Camp on their side are up, so they can continue to push out these lanes. Boss as well is now available, so interested to see if we end up getting another basically all-out brawl on this boss after the Bruiser Camp's picked up. And there's level 20 now for Beast Coast, so both teams have their level 20s. Which one is that? Is that the auto attack and... Yeah, ignore armor and additional 20%. Okay. So it looks like we are setting up for the boss brawl here. Never mind. Beast Coast pulling back. Gonna clear out the bottom of the lane here with these siege minions. And Bot Temple is coming up, so it's getting to that point. Beast Coast has to make a decision, has to find the fight that they want, and it kind of has to be when they aren't gonna get engaged on by the double Nsomnia plus Diablo combo.
My magic flows through the temples. Guardians.
Got the Vikings spreading out to keep the lanes relatively pushed. There's ETC getting the power slide. Is going to mosh with the silence. Lunar Flare is going to get it interrupted as Hellgate used. Nsomnia, however, taking just loads of damage. There's that Leap Apocalypse combo hitting onto 3 as Insomnia taking a commanding advantage in this fight. Only the Vikings and Megamuffin left alive. Speedy Man getting very low, but 2 out of 3 Vikings falling. Make it a third in just a moment here as Jamster on the Nsomnia clone will get one more kill. And now Catapults started some damage here onto the core. And they're going to make their way onto the core and push it down. This very likely is going to be game unless some kind of miraculous craziness happens. We see the GGs coming out from Legacy there. All right. Game number 1. Won by Insomnia. Take a quick peek at the stats here. And or talents first, you know, whichever. Good point. Yeah, Diablo kind of set himself up there, walking into the one bush, not checking the other bush. That Lunar Flare from Tyrande definitely, Psycho really saved the day to make sure that Diablo could even use the Hellgate to get out of there. Alrighty. Well, we'll start getting set up for game number 2. System logs me out after this, so I will, you know what, let me show you the maps. Why don't we have that go? So, I do have the band information. So, the bands here, Beast Coast banned out Cursed Hollow and Infernal Shrines. Insomnia banned out the Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout. So, first game there was the selection of Beast Coast. And as we just saw, Insomnia won that there. Let's see. Second game, I believe, is Towers of Doom. The Towers of Doom was the map pick of Insomnia, so we had first pick from Beast Coast. Literally have to reload the game. The old replays, they send you out of the game entirely. This game was much better, so much budget. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. In a few moments. $10.26. Okay, all right. There is a matchup tonight. There's only one NGS game going on tonight, although Ladies of the Nexus is going on right now over on the NGS Twitch. But there is one matchup here. It's a heroic matchup at 11 o'clock tonight. So when we're done here, we'll send everybody over to Berta's stream. All right, let's see. Let me get all of the heroes typed in. All right. I can imagine, Psycho. I mean, that game by itself looked like a really entertaining set. Like it seemed like it would be frustrating if you were Stukov, right? Because, you know, leap plus stun plus stun plus stun, and then you're in the graveyard. Like that would be an unfortunate set of events. But it seemed like overall, from a macro perspective, you've got Vikings, you've got Abathur, you've got ETC who wants to, you know, to slide people and lock them down and cause disruption, but then you've got Diablo who does the same. Seems like a really enjoyable game for people. And then if you're Tyrande, you get the save there, which ultimately leads to winning the game. Like that's a fun moment. Man, my memory is so bad apparently that I literally just typed in these heroes. The heroes pop them on the screen, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize Deckard was in this game. I literally just typed it in. I knew Deckard was in this game.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Get all the options set again. Real quick. If the game sound or anything's too loud, let me know and I'll try to fix that. Should be okay though. Hey. Yep. All right, we should be all set up and ready to go. So here we go for game number 2. We'll start over here on the right this time. Try to get the button out here. There we go. All right, on the right, we've got Insomnia. We got Jamster playing Malthael, Psycho playing the Deckard, Speedymon on Kael'thas, Logicalia on the ETC, French going to be playing Raynor. And over to the left for Beast Coast, we got Richard Gere on the Sylvanas, Legacy on Johanna, Bernie Byrne on Ana, Secret 333 on the Dahaka, and Megamuffin on Mephisto. And because we're in widescreen, some of these boxes are a little small, so if you can't see one of the talents and you want to know what it is, just speak up. I'll hover over it. We'll show it all at the end, though. But this is why, because that's just an unwieldy box. All right, so Dahaka with the drag onto Dahaka. ETC, however, saying, not my grandpa. And this time, the opening salvo not securing any kills. Maybe never mind. There's a big gravity lapse there from Kael'thas. Gonna get a slight stall. But the team's able to come down and pick up their XP. Very similar on the XP so far here now. So I don't think we lost maybe any of those minions. But the Sleep Dart does catch Raynor. Didn't really matter, though, as there wasn't enough to take him out. Does have the Adrenaline Rush for that self-healing as well. But a lot of damage is going to come out from this Mephisto, and eventually that Ana with the Nano Boost could cause a lot of problems. Sylvanas as well with her Shadow Dagger. Which, let's see. So she didn't take the quest, she took Might of the Banshee Queen, so auto attack speed and spell power increasing as both teams heading down onto their siege camps. And Alpha apparently very pleased about this. She's running around in circles and giving me a little side eye after that little statement, apparently. Level 4 not quite here, so we don't know yet whether Sylvanas will take possession or if she'll look at the potential for the Merc Queen. But we do have Johanna up here gathering the soak in the mid lane. Of course, Johanna, you know, one of the better wave clear tanks in general. So able to pick that up and head on back down. But the sappers are going to make it all the way through, or never mind, only one of them makes it through. The other two get stalled out by Sylvanas. And level 4 on both teams now. Yeah, for sure, Psycho. I meant to do it like a week ago, and I just... Honestly, I just forgot. I had a lot going on. It is possession there from Sylvanas. And Dahaka having to use Burrow there to dodge ETC coming in for that potential for a gank. As we see Ana heading back as well. The triple altar, the first altar set of Towers of Doom coming up here. We'll see how this goes. Typically, you see the top 2 altars picked up by the solo laners. And then an extended brawl down in the bottom. And in some ways this might favor Dahaka because he can get down quickly. But Mephisto has on a Pale Horse, so he can get down there pretty quickly too. Just not as quickly. So we'll see how this goes. They might even elect to just give it up. And there's Dahaka coming in. Malthael's coming down. So a small reprieve. Sleep Dart going in onto the Raynor. And all right. Oh, massive stun out of the ETC. Richard Gere in danger with the Living Bomb. Is going to Haunting Wave away. Drops the Living Bomb onto Dahaka, though. Somehow makes it out alive with absolutely no color in that bar. But that does secure 4 more points for Nsomnia. Holy cow, that was close. See what I did there? Holy cow. Right, Taki? That slide, right? No joke. Oh, big root there onto Mega Muffin from the Deckard. But it's actually ETC who's getting pulled down here. Might fall, but the face melt going to be enough to secure a disengage for Logicalia. And up in the top here, a little bit of an advantage so far for Malthael on the XP. So that Pale Horse giving him the opportunity to switch between those 2 lanes very quickly and force Dahaka to kind of play catch up in those lanes. ETC trying to throw again. ETC's on the other team. Oh, but you mean the... Is that you, by the way, Taki? Are you Logicalia? I don't know who your character name is. God, no? Okay. Taki's just toxic? Okay, fair enough. All right. This time the sappers are on the red half of the map. We'll see if they get any farther here. Deckard with the Ruby, throwing out a little bit of those tiny pots. Richard Gere going in, has no Haunting Wave to get out. This is the first blood of the game. Going in a little too deep. Legacy being chased down by French, but ultimately is going to be able to pull away. And the sappers this time, no Sylvanas able to stop, but they do have the damage, so it didn't matter. And the altar coming up here, so everybody's alive. Sylvanas on her way right now. We'll have to see, can they stall it out? And that's, you know, it's relatively easy when you've got a Mephisto to put a pause out there, but you only get it every so often. And Mephisto took a lot of damage to do it. Hana, on the other hand, able to hit that flashlight. And oh my goodness, Dahaka coming in from behind was looking to maybe to get the stall or possibly to even just grab Raynor. Ends up pulling Jamster, but took a massive amount of damage to do that. The stall is pretty valid here though, as Raynor getting pulled back in with the subdue talent, barely able to get away. Psycho, or for the moment, Psycho there falling as well. So a double kill for Beast Coast. So it turns out that Secret, with that brief moment of, hey, distraction, able to open up the opportunity for the rest of Beast Coast to get a couple kills. ETC getting put to sleep. There you go. Blessed Shield, by the way, the insta-lock by Johanna helped to secure that kill as level 10s were there. Maybe it wasn't insta-lock, but the other three hadn't picked. I don't know. They're pretty far in XP now. Wailing Arrow going out on Kael'thas seems like, you know, just a kind of like a statement, just an exclamation mark statement, because they didn't have anything to follow up, and he was really far back. That being said, it happens about 4 more times on accident. Okay, well, there's Raynor going down. I apologize, I was looking at chat for a moment. I don't even know if I actually got it on screen, sorry. It was on the mini-map. It was very close. All right, Siege Camp's picked up once again. Let's check in on Dahaka and Malthael here. So Malthael continuing to keep things pressured. That should be a full wave of XP. I think that that they're gonna miss out on in that middle. Maybe not all of it. Looks like oh no, never mind. Mephisto was going for it, but turned around. And it looks like all of our ultimates available except for that Wailing Arrow that was mentioned. And I'm assuming Nano Boost. Yeah, yeah. Spooky Demon Magic versus Raynor a gun. Alright, Altar is being channeled by ETC, gets stalled out by the Johanna. Dahaka and Malthael both on their way down. Siege Camp marching its way along. Sylvanas is going to go ahead and stall that out, so that should die pretty quickly here. There's Blessed Shield coming out onto 3, along with the Condemn. Big Root Stay a While coming out as well. Puts darn near everybody to sleep. Mephisto getting that damage right onto Psycho and Speedymon. ETC getting a triple mosh in the background, though, but the Phoenix ending, so Bernie Burn lives for just a few more moments, but a triple kill with a return kill onto Kael'thas. Make it a quad kill for Nsomnia. Never mind. Is it a mega kill? They're chasing down Secret. Can they catch up? No way. Dahaka says, I got a race car, let's go. But that gives Nsomnia the opportunity now to push up this lane. They got about 10 seconds of free push time. And they'll have a full minion wave there. See what they can do with it. Can they get this fort? The timer on the camp is another minute, so they're not going to be able to get that value. So they're not going to be able to get the fort, I don't think. With Mephisto and Sylvanas heading down here, I expect that they'll pull back, yeah. Especially with not having Kael'thas. Well, the Sleep Dart coming out with the anti-healing grenade onto ETC is already at half there. Blessed Shield coming out. One bounce onto Raynor's Raider. Logicalia is going to be able to get away. There's the Durance of Hate coming out. Megamuffin trying to do what he can onto Psycho there. But Logicalia doing a good job peeling for the team. Making sure that Deckard Cain can hobble his way away from the pressure. But this is now 5v4 as Malthael coming in behind. They don't know it yet, though. And Richard Gere going in is going to warp right back into the team. ETC with the power slide knocks him back. Should be a kill onto Sylvanas. It is, and now Megamuffin taking some damage. Has the living bomb going back. And there's Dahaka. He came on down, pulling the ETC. Oh, the gravity lapse, though. Oh, with the power slide. Kill onto Dahaka. And the stay a while is going to land onto Megamuffin, but it's only Megamuffin. The Sleep Dart is going to put Psycho asleep. The Kael'thas going to fall, but gets his revenge onto Mephisto. The mages trading deaths here. But ultimately the value going over to Nsomnia. And on top of that, with the 2 heroes dead, it'll be about even. It'll be 4v4, and Dahaka's got his Brushstalker, I believe.
Take the altars and put an end to the
And we see 1-1. Both teams electing to pick up their own side, but that's a 5 versus 3 shots, so slightly, again, in favor of Insomnia. And that's a great time. The timing of bringing down forts in Towers of Doom, far more valuable than in other maps, obviously, because you can return structures on Towers of Doom. So knowing when to take down a tower, sure, sometimes you just go there, you take it down just because that's the opportune time. But if you have the timing that you can do it right before an altar phase, it almost certainly guarantees you either getting extra shots or losing less. But tower down to about 10%. We do have the siege camp coming in here momentarily. Likely will be taken out. Does Sylvanas have black arrows? She doesn't, but now she does. So they can stall those out, get them down pretty quickly, and they're gone. They're just deleted. So no worries. But that's, you know, Insomnia's here trying to defend this. But of important note, next up is a triple altar phase, and both of the bottom lane towers are very low. Beast Coast could quite easily turn this around with a kill onto this bottom tower, a kill onto the next tower, if they can just get a kill or two on the enemies. But it looks like not really in a good position for that. Megamuffin walking right up to ETC, almost daring him to power slide. Just saying, come on, bring it. Living Bomb onto Johanna, has the movement speed from her shield there. Big Blessed Shield onto 3, and the stay wall coming out too late. That's a triple kill. What a setup there. Legacy getting an absolutely monstrous start, and there's the kill onto the tower. Can they find Deckard? I don't think they can. Dahaka's going to get this one as well, but they already saved themselves one shot. Malthael and Dahaka up on the top. Are they going to be able to pick up this second fort before they take this and gain another? I think they will. Doesn't have a lot of health. The moment when you leave your Ana to take down the tower. Oh my goodness. All right, well, the stall coming out from Deckard, not really any more opportunity for that. So Beast Coast gonna get the channel. They'll get 5. They got 4 earlier from their top altar. So 9 points for Beast Coast, 4 points for Insomnia, and we've got ourselves a 1-point game. And I absolutely love that it went exactly as I said, too, right? Do the thing, get some kills, get the points, get the towers. Ah, missed Blessed Shield there. But they ended up getting only one of the 2 points, of course, because of the timing, which was fine. But very close. So good on them to have the patience and to hold on to that. Sleep Dart onto 2, but they woke him up with the flashlight. They don't have that Blessed Shield, but they do have Endurance of Hate. So, and speaking of which, there it is onto Deckard, trying to do his stay a while, but it didn't matter. The sleep coming, or the silence rather, ETC gonna get put to sleep, stopping the mosh. And now Megamuffin getting that damage into the backline. Kael'thas the next to fall. Here comes an unprocced Last Rites, I think just missing its target, but ETC did fall in there as well. So Mephisto falling, I think, to the death zone, maybe? I didn't quite catch it because I was so confused by the Last Rites on the full health Johanna. I imagine that was just a misclick because everybody was so close together. But this is a great place now for Beast Coast. Less so if Dahaka falls, but he seems to be fine. They've got full control over bottom, and it's full health, so it's not going down anytime soon. And 2 altars coming up. This is potentially 10 points, half of the available core health for Insomnia. That said, the teleport is up. We saw the danger ping there. Johanna's trying to stall the Mephisto, or the Malthael rather, so that Sylvanas doesn't get caught. But ultimately, Ana grabs the bottom, Sylvanas grabs the middle, and that's 10 more points coming off of the core of Insomnia. It started off looking really strong for Insomnia, but a couple of really fantastic team fights from Beast Coast, putting them back on the map in the advantage here. 19-10. Malthael's still soaking, so this is everybody, right? Yeah, everybody's here. There's the silence coming out. Endurance of Hate as well. Psycho in danger is barely able to make it out, and Sylvanas, however, going to fall. Deckard is going to die anyway. Contagion coming out onto both Raynor and ETC. Somehow Raynor survives, but ETC not so... Oh, never mind. Maybe not. Mega Muffin going deep again. Gets the kill, but pays for it. So 3 for 2 in that. And is that worth it? Malthael and Kael'thas, so some pretty significant dot damage, but they do have the Ana over here on Beast Coast. Bottom fort now, sitting at about 20% health. Now, bottom fort is extremely important. Jamster going in hard, saying, you know what? We can deal with this. We've got, you know, you have no real damage, and I'm Malthael, so we'll come in on this. Because ETC was spamming stickers? Fair enough. Oh my goodness. All right, so Insomnia gets the bottom fort back, and not a moment too soon, really. Raynor's coming up. He'll be up about the time that the altar is starting, and Dahaka just went back to catch up all of his health and mana, so starting to be a little bit of a dangerous place for Insomnia. 4 points certainly isn't going to end the game, but it gets closer to a checkmate scenario of having a boss play plus any altar or anything like that. Camp minions, whatever. Dahaka not here, but he is coming in behind, so Speedymon there is going to move out of the bush. Dahaka all by himself dodges the gravity lapse. There's an ETC mosh, but it's put to silence there. Decker coming in with the stay a while, gets interrupted as well. Self-interrupted, it looked like. But Contagion going out into the back. Endurance of Hate onto ETC. He does have death metal, so probably looking for an opportune place to die if that's going to happen. But right now, he's not ready for that. As the kill onto Sylvanas now. Legacy pretty speedy in all of this, but Secret going into the back, trying to deal with this Kael'thas and keep the living bombs from spreading around the team. As Mephisto trying to peel as much as he can with damage onto the Dahaka. The core shots going over to Insomnia as Ana getting caught and taken out there. And what a turnaround, a triple kill this time for Insomnia. And now they're going to start pushing onto this bottom fort. So they got 15-10. So Beast Coast can afford to lose an altar there. They've got basically 4 altars if they're even on structures, or 3 in a boss. that was a pretty crazy Contagion for sure. ETC gets a power slide out onto Mega Muffin. A little bit too far forward there, and with the camp, that's going to give them the push into bot lane, and they have 2 sappers. So 2 more points coming in. 1 makes it through. Oh, and the Condemned pulls the point in. Oh, man. That's a yikes moment. Insomnia now heading around, picking up as many structures as they can. Johanna nearby, and Raynor's Raid are going to get taken out there by Sylvanas, so still pretty low on that mid fort. It's about half health. The sappers coming in the bot here will give them a little bit of, you know, it causes a distraction. It's another thing that East Coast has to deal with, and if these sappers actually get through, that evens up the game. But with the structures right now, this alters 5 points. We see Beast Coast heading around through the middle. Kind of an interesting place to set up. No rotation from above for their team, so they're just setting up for where they are coming. Oh, maybe to protect for Mega Muffin coming in. That makes a lot of sense. Sleep Dart onto Malthael, and the Blessed Shield coming in. Does Malthael get out of this? There's no way, right? No way. He's silenced. He's dead. ETC as well, but the Death Mosh is not interruptible. Kael'thas, however, falling, so 3 dead. Sylvanas, however, falling next. Malthael using No One Can Stop Death is already back on the map here. And let's see if we can actually catch all the action. Okay, Jamster right up in the middle of the team gets the self-cleanse going in. Has lots of little potion, the ruby potions as well. This time he's throwing that last rites out on Dahaka, but it's not going to proc the burrow successful. Psycho now running around catching his own potions. Birdie Burn in danger, falling very low, and Raynor gonna get that Q, but it's Malthael credited with the kill as, Dahaka suddenly back from behind, catches the Raynor, and that's another kill. So it's the two tanks and Mephisto versus Deckard and Malthael. And I don't know who wins this. I don't know who gets that altar. Jamster's still there. Deckard coming back, has the root. Durance of Hate coming in, the unstoppable. Getting very low, has no mana either, so cannot use that soul rip. But the potion's all over the place. The silence, however, might be enough, and it is. Such a bloodbath, but ETC's back. And Malthael doesn't come back for quite some time now. Secret is very low, but Sylvanas coming in from above. Holy cow, this is nuts. Mephisto getting the kill onto the Kael'thas, who just got there, by the way. I assume at this point, Beast Coast gets this, right? Legacy's going to go ahead and channel. Deckard going to stall it out for a bit. But Beast Coast now full on their team, so this should be a nice, comfortable, I guess, 3 points for them. So still a two altar win, or a boss and a altar for Beast Coast, but potentially 2 altars for Insomnia could win the game. Never mind, not anymore. Are they coming for the boss? Is that somebody's coming for the boss, because now Beast Coast is heading up. It's hard to tell what we're doing here. Kael'thas is dead, Malthael's dead, but they're both on their way. And, okay, so Beast Coast is now changed their mind. They're going to grab the bottom fort. And I like that. I mean, bottom fort gets them more value, if they can get that. They lost a little time there. They could have pushed up the wave. Use that Black Arrow's trait. All right, Raynor's a little bit behind here, so this is an even fight so far, as the fort falling to half. And it is 2 altars up here, so if either team gets a really strong fight here, which we've seen several of on both sides, this could be the end of the game. And I wouldn't expect either team to just say, you know what, let's just let it go. All right, well, Johanna getting caught there. Has the Blessed Shield, hits everybody. The Wailing Arrow coming out with the Durance of Hate. Gets a big death metal as well, though. Stay a while coming out shortly thereafter. Psycho falling very low. Is going to have to pull back, but Richard Gere getting taken out by Raynor and Kael'thas. 2 for 1. But Malthael is already back. No one can stop death, he says. So this is still an even fight. Cleanse used there on Malthael. What's going on down there? So it's Raynor and Malthael trying to take out the Dahaka, as Psycho going to go ahead and channel the first altar here. That's going to give them 4 points. And it's now 6-7, back to 1 point of difference in this game. And the stall's coming out. 23 seconds on ETC, 30 seconds on Sylvanas. Phoenix coming out from Kael'thas. Pretty much says you can't take this anytime soon. The Durance of Hate, though, onto... oh, no! Never mind! Again, juking the last rites just barely is Dahaka, but he has no health. Mega Muffin, however, catching the Flame Strike with that Ignite. Nice Sleep Dart onto Raynor there. Mephisto getting the stall, but... oh, he falls once again. Just the leftover dot damage, and now... can they get this secured? We see the retreat pings being called. The sleep dart, or the sleep rather, from Deckard helps to secure the kill onto Johanna. And now with Kael'thas down, they're going to move on to the boss. Beast Coast has to know this is happening, because there's no other, like, there's nothing else for them to do that's of any consequence. This has to be the play. And they're going in. Dahaka's coming in the back. And big silence. Can they finish this? Massive damage coming out, spread apart, but the mosh pit is going to secure them the victory. Everybody else was just off the point, and that's going to be game number 2, going over to Nsomnia. What a fantastic game this was. Holy cow. Beast Coast should have gotten boss instead of their sappers. Yep. 24 kills to 23. You weren't kidding. That was quite a bloodbath. There was a lot going on there. There were some definitely clippable moments. You know, both teams had some really fantastic plays there, whether they were the, you know, the ETC Mosh with the stay a whiles, the setup with Blessed Shield, a couple of really fantastic plays set up by the Blessed Shield. No one can stop Death, keeping them in the game. At the end of the game there, like this was the kind of game you want a series to end on. This happened to be the second game, but this is, I love Towers of Doom because this gives you the opportunity for these kind of games where you just have a load of fun, and you know, it's a close game all the way up till the end. It could have been either team who managed to pull that off and get those points. So really awesome. So I did mention that I would show you the standings and the playoff brackets so that we could catch up where everybody is today. So let's take a quick look at the standings. So at the end of the season, ultimately, Beast Coast, 23 points. First place, Nsomnia, 17 points with 5 points there. So really big win there for Nsomnia, getting them up there in the points. Otherwise, without that win, potentially they find themselves with in a 4-way tie. With Gilly Shark, too calculated to throw, and Party Time. As far as the playoffs, where do we stand today? So Beast Coast took a 2-1 victory over Party Time. So they are in the semifinals, and it looks like Nsomnia fell 2-1 to Parsley Stag and the rest of their name. And, oh, I didn't have Team Happy Cloud advancing. Let me fix that real quick so it looks right. Rip Insomnia, right? Yeah. So... there we go. All right, there we go. Now Team Happy Cloud's in the semis. But Gilly Shark and Sky 5, they've got their match coming up presumably soon. Let's see, when is their map? I'm assuming Sunday. Nothing Saturday. No. Did they play yet? They played on Wednesday. They just haven't apparently reported. So there you go. I don't know. Anybody know the results of Gilly Shark and Sky 5? Just out of curiosity, since we're all here. Sky 5 won. Okay. Fair enough. Well, that's going to wrap us up. I just wanted to do the one replay cast here for the... because I specifically had wanted to do that here a couple weeks ago, and I forgot about it. So I'm going to send everybody over to Murda. He's going to be casting the Heroic Division Quarantine versus Regen. So thanks everybody for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. And good luck if you're still in the playoffs. Good luck with the rest of your season.